Zone B lost.
In my thoughts, I use the technique of positive visualization.
B captured.
I think it's time to blow this thing. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Alright guys, in today's video I'm showing you the Fury Strike combination. What is this setup all about? What exotic am I using? Well, we're going to get into that in just a second. Before we get into the video though, I have a request and a challenge for you guys. Can we hit 2,000 likes on this video? I know we can do it. Let's hit that like button to show support for all this juicy content. So, getting into the build, we are looking at the ACD feedback fences and their exotic perk Fury Conductors. Melee hits build energy. Being struck by a melee attack reduces incoming damage and unleashes energy in a devastating explosion. So basically, the gist of it is real simple, and I'm sure you've probably already figured it out if you know anything about Behemoth and Shiver Strike. By the way, side note, we were also rocking Whisper of Durance here to increase the slow effect from our Shiver Strike melee. So, what is the setup? If you still not figured it out, well, let me explain. It's real simple. Shiver Strike is a melee that only does around 100 damage on its own in actuality. It can one-hit kill when you knock an unaware enemy out of bounds or into a wall. However, what happens when they are aware of you when you go to Shiver Strike them? They usually melee you back, right? That is the solid counter to being destroyed by Shiver Strike. So, with this exotic on, when they go to melee you back, they also take damage. And that's basically, you know, that's the gist of it basically. You fly in, you do your Shiver Strike, they melee you back, and they usually just die from that. If a bunch of players jump on you and all start meleeing you, they're gonna go down, and you're not even gonna lay a finger on them. It's kind of hilarious. But I just thought it was kind of like a funny trolly slash meme synergy between this exotic and the Shiver Strike. Anytime they try and counter you, you can punish them. It stacks up as well, so say if you get a melee kill or two and then someone punches you, well, it doesn't even need to be a kill, it just needs to be a hit basically. Someone, you know, hits you after you stack up a bunch of them, they take more damage. You also receive less damage from incoming melee attacks. So again, the Shiver Strike is quite a, you know, it's quite a risky thing to pull off, you know. It's a very much a Titan thing, you know. Bite down on your gum shield and just get right in there, you know. That's exactly what you do when you Shiver Strike. And the fact that you take less damage from incoming melees means that you have more chance to survive, making an absolutely crazy push. And of course, enemies in the surrounding vicinity will then of course take damage from the feedback fences. Now listen, I'm not gonna bullshit you guys and say this is like the new meta for, you know, sorry, I was about to say Sentinel. For Behemoth Titans, it's not the new meta or anything like that. But it's just a fun exotic to, you know, rock around on a Titan. It's something that I personally never used in previous sandboxes. Never really thought it was worth my time. But obviously now with Shiver Strike, you know, the options are there, man. I think the cool thing with Behemoth, obviously, I know a lot of people are like, but Shake, Behemoth is so overpowered. I know the super is way too good. But aside from that, the neutral game of the subclass is not overpowered at all. The slide is really strong, but you can't do it infinitely. It's on a cooldown, and of course the melee is really good. This melee is so awesome because it can do so many different things. It's a very versatile ability. You can use it to dodge, you can use it to literally fly around the map and escape, or, you know, get on someone, really push them super hard, or you can use it just straight up fully offensive, go in there, Shiver Strike, and, you know, send someone flying off the map like I did to that RB user in the intro clip of the video. By the way, shout out to Borko. I definitely got that clip from his YouTube channel. You know, if you know, you know. That's all I'm going to say. We don't ever talk about this thing. Ever. But, you know, I just broke the rules. It's got to be done. Anyway, going back to the Shiver Strike banter. It's just really fun, man. I'm sure a lot of you, if there are any Titan mains in the comment section, I know there's a lot of you. I'm sure a lot of you are like me and you never given feedback fences a second glance. Because why would you? In previous sandboxes, it's pretty much like this simple. If you're playing on a Titan, you're either using One-Eyed Mask, Dune Marchers, or Syntheseps. They were basically the three. Everything else was kind of irrelevant. with Titan base abilities on other subclasses not really being that great, no movement abilities, nothing like that, you kind of really had to lean into your exotic to get, you know, the most of your lethality from your build. Now with this subclass being so stacked, it really does afford you a little bit more, you know, space to try different things, like the feedback fences, because the subclass itself is like an exotic basically. It's like an exotic in a subclass. There's so much stuff you can do with it. It's not on Revenant levels of just infinite utility, but it's really, really good. And you know, the movement that you're afforded as a Titan for the first time in Destiny 2. I know some people will mention macro skating and all that. That means nothing to me. If you can do something only with a macro, for me it might as well not be a thing in the game, because I don't play M&K, and I think using macros is just cheap. There's what, you know, it's one thing to use extra buttons on a controller, it's another to program your mouse and keyboard to just do shit for you automatically. So that doesn't count as far as I'm concerned. Not at all. So when it comes to the fastest Titans you've ever seen, they are Behemoth Titans, because this is the only way you can go this fast without using something like a macro. And as you can see, we are just flying around like an absolute barbarian, and it's just a lot of fun. Obviously I'm only playing quick play, so you know, what are the stakes in quick play? There are no stakes. So I have no issue in just making reckless pushes and, you know, just doing dumb shit. Also, one thing I want to mention as well is that the exotic works when you're in your super, and this is a super where I don't know why more people don't. Like, I'll give you an advice. If you're trying to shut down Behemoth Titan, obviously if you have a super to counter with, go ahead. But if you don't have a super to counter with and you're trying to kill them, you need to create a bit of distance first, man. Get them weak and then go in for the kill. I've noticed, like, when you do a heavy attack on one player and there's someone behind you, they'll just come in there and start meleeing you. And obviously you would normally just turn around and kill them, but now with the feedback fences, half the time they're just gonna die anyway. They're gonna melee you, then a crystal's gonna shatter somewhere next to them, and next thing you know, you're dead. And you know, otherwise you might be a chaos reach getting shot up the backside. I'm sure that was painful, but hey man, you're trying to get like 7 supers a game, so you got to take your licks. That was unfortunate there. I shiver striked and I didn't get the hit. Hate when that happens. It doesn't happen very often for me. We also lost that game even though I was going pretty huge. Just want to take a look at the scoreboard. I dropped 43 defeats. We still lost. It's unfortunate. But here's the thing. We lost. I don't really care. I had fun in that game, so it's whatever. Moving on. We are now on Pacifica. By the way, guys, Trials of Osiris this weekend is a bit of a hellhole. I actually got DDoSed yesterday as well. I was playing Trials with some friends and I think we bruised some fragile egos. But DDoSing issues aside, the map does not play very well in Trials. Such boxed in corridors and doorways, you know, they don't really work very well with stasis. Who would have guessed it? You know, who would have guessed that, guys? Can you believe it? I can't believe it, man. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. So guys, we're coming towards the end of the video. What do you guys think of the Fury Strike setup? Have you tried it out before? Are you going to try it out after watching my video? Let me know in the comments section. Don't forget, we do have a like goal for this video. I know a lot of you guys don't like it, and I have never done this in the past. But as a result, some of my videos will not even break 1,000 likes. And considering I have, you know, well over 100,000 subscribers, you'd think I would knock out 1,000 likes on a video pretty easily. But because I never asked for them, I guess people get a little bit lazy with their liking fingers. So don't forget to slap that like button for your boy, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace, peace, peace.